Let's discover interiors you won't find anywhere else, only on Interior Insights. Hi guys, welcome to Interior Insights. I'm Jane, and today we are going to look at an incredibly vibrant and eclectic 70s apartment in the heart of Skopje. This apartment is a fusion of contemporary and mid-century modern design, featuring rare space age items, and you don't want to miss it because it's one of my absolute all-time favorite apartments. Now, let's go and step inside the vibrant and artistic world of Skopje in the 1970s. This apartment has around 75 square meters. Skopje is the center of North Macedonia, and it is a very lively and colorful city. If you don't know me, my name is Jane and I'm an interior designer. And every week we show you the most incredible apartments and homes all over the world in this channel. So go and subscribe right now. The story of the architecture and also of the design inside really takes us back to the 70s in Yugoslavia. And you have a lot of anecdotes of the Yugoslavian times and of the 70s, but also, of course, you have some mid-century and contemporary pieces. As soon as we enter the apartment, you have this visual access all through the hallway until the living room. And you can just see the entire length of the apartment, and it is underlined with black and white checkered floor tiles that just beautifully accentuate the length of the space. The hallway itself is painted in a muted pistachio green wall paint, and it just has this very refreshing and calm atmosphere. Also, if you haven't subscribed until now, go and subscribe right now because it's the biggest, simplest way to support this channel. And so many of you are watching this channel. I think like almost 100,000 people regularly every month, and only a third of you or less than a third of you are subscribed. So go and subscribe right now. What I love so much about this apartment is that as soon as you enter, you really are immersed into its atmosphere and into its world, and you really understand what it is about. Because as soon as you step inside, you just have this amazing, incredible 70s bold wallpaper that just locks you in and really just is the focal point of the apartment. And I really love it. It's a very bold move, but one that perfectly complements the greens and black and white rest of the color palette. Guys, I have something really cool to share with you, and that is that I just launched my interior design consultation website. And the best thing is that I built the entire website from layouts to bookings to confirmation emails using Ready AI, the sponsor of today's video. Now, this is my website. It took me maybe 10 to 20 minutes to build it. There was no coding involved. I simply typed in a few different AI prompts and just kept refining them until I got the final result. So right down here, there is this little Ask Me Anything part, and you can actually talk to an AI chatbot. Hey, I'd love to book a color clarity session. When is Jane available?
Our color clarity sessions are personalized interior design consultations available.
What about 2 p.m. on Wednesday?
I've successfully booked your session for Wednesday, October 15th at 2 p.m.
So as you can see, to book my call, I simply asked the AI agent, and she completely helped and guided me through the booking. And it is an absolute game changer for any small website because you get to just really focus on the important part and let AI handle the rest. The living room is filled with a vibrant mix of 70s furniture items, as well as some rare space-age pieces. For example, the orange Pia table lamp, which just perfectly immerses itself into this vibrant and colorful color palette. And another favorite of mine is the space-age floor lamp that is in front of the vibrant wallpaper. And because it has the exact same orange color as the circles on the wallpaper, it almost kind of looks like the wallpaper itself has materialized itself into a lamp. and it really is an absolutely perfect detail of the design. We have a lot of 70s art by Villa Goblins that just again takes you in and just tells the story yet again from another angle. And we have a vintage HiFi Soundsystem. Now, this apartment is actually called the Music Box apartment. Really just wants to take you back in time and lets you immerse yourself into the 70s and the world of music. So we have a Bang Olufsen Soundsystem, we have a record player, there's some records, and you can really just get lost and travel back to history. Another unique architectural detail that I noticed as soon as I walked in is that the ceilings have been left bare and raw. And so you just have these raw, massive slabs of concrete that make up the structure of the building, and I absolutely love it if you don't hide the details of the architecture, but if you really give them space, and it just adds this very rough and authentic touch to the design. And it also kind of clashes with all of these vibrant and colorful colors. Now, to balance off all of these warm and vibrant, rich colors, we have a lot of more cooler colors added that just really balance out this color palette. For example, we have a lot of greens. The sofa is also kept in this greenish blue velvety texture. And of course, we have a lot of plants added, which just add this vibrancy and depth to the design. And one of the plants is actually inside a Maple flower pot, which is also a very typical Yugoslavian design. And it's really funny because as I was walking through the streets of Skopje, I kept seeing the exact flower pot outside on the sidewalks, because typically these flower pots used to be used in public spaces in Yugoslavia. And I really love that the designer just decided to remind us and to just cite this little historic piece and to pull it inside the apartment and just use it in an unconventional way. Now, you would never imagine that such an eclectic and vibrant world lies within just a typical historical building in Skopje. The facade from the outside is crumbled, and when you look out the window, you can exactly see just the outside of other old and a bit rough buildings. And I absolutely love this clash of the vibrant and historic time capsule that is in the inside versus what is on the outside. And it just really pulls you back in time, and it is an absolute unique gem in the city. The living room has an open floor plan, which means that the kitchen also is actually a part of the living room and isn't separated. The kitchen has been painted and constructed in the counter color, so in this beautiful, calm, a bit more muted pistachio green, just to balance all of the bold orange hues. And so we have a much more calmer atmosphere. For the countertops, we have slabs of marble that just elevate the entire experience, and everything in this kitchen is color-coded. So you have a green coffee machine, you have a green water cooker, and every moment that you can spend inside this apartment has just been perfectly and thoughtfully designed. And I'm absolutely obsessed when design has been thought so holistically. But of course, to tie it within the rest of the design, we still have these orange details. We have a 70s vintage clock hanging on the wall, or the space-age lamp that reminds me of Saturn because it has this big round frame around it. The Abgashaube, I'm not sure what it's called in English, like the place that's above the stove that basically just takes up all the steam while you're cooking. It also has this very iconic triangle shape, and it has been painted in the exact same orange, and it just looks like a work of art and a regular boring piece of furniture or architecture that you always need in a kitchen that usually seems a bit annoying because it's not too beautiful, has been turned into a real statement piece. and I absolutely love moments like these. Like any good apartment, this one also has a balcony where you can go outside and just take in the outside view of the historic facades of the city. And right now it's raining, so you can't actually see the beauty, but it just again adds this very nostalgic flair to the experience. And I love rain, so I really like it here. Now, let me take you inside the 2 bedrooms as well as the bathroom. So through the hallway, we come into the 2 bedrooms. The hallway has been conceived to really create a lot of storage area. And so we have almost this kind of wall that is made out of one gigantic custom-built shelf. And inside the shelf, you have the entryways into the different bedrooms hiding. And so you can just walk inside, but it just feels very substantial. And we have a lot of space to put all of our clutter, and at the same time to not make the design feel too rigid. We have all of these little plants and vases and sculptures standing around that are illuminated with indirect lighting, and so we just have this very alive and almost aquarium-like atmosphere. The first bedroom is a large, spacious room that is filled with a custom-built furniture system. And this is actually quite a fun and unusual way to fill a room. So in the center of a room, we have a large bed standing, and the bed is a part of this custom construction. Behind the headboard of the bed has been extended to also serve as a bedside table, but also just to place some artworks. And it just creates this very unique angle to be able to portray your personality in a way. The headboard continues to expand into both sides, and on one side it expands in a sort of table niche where we have a gorgeous Marcel Breuer cascade chair that just adds this very iconic flair. On the headboard, that is also the bedside table, we have 2 rare opaline mushroom table lamps that just illuminate the space, and they have a very unique shape and light and just tie this design back to the 70s design world. And you can really see how the color palette of the living room has also been adapted here into a more neutral backdrop. One wall is painted in a pistachio green that just creates this very grounding and calming atmosphere that you always should have in a bedroom. And you can see how the color palette just translates differently in each room into what exactly this room needs. But at the same time, we still have this perfect narration of story and color. The second bedroom has a similar layout like the first one, only here we have 2 single beds, so this bedroom is more intended for children. We have a similar custom inbuilt furniture system that incorporates both the bed, bedside tables, headboard, as well as a little writing table. The design also stays true to the narration of the 70s. We have 2 rare gorgeous space-age lamps as bedside lamps, and they just tie back to this 70s design world. And the color palette here is even more muted than in the first bedroom. We have the pistachio green, some soft browns, whites, and a pop of yellow here and there. And what really gives this room depth is the collection of art that are just historic, different artworks, and you can just really get lost inside the history of Skopje. Also, whenever you're in Skopje and you need a good apartment, you can actually rent this. So if you're interested, you can check the link in the description. We have a large bathroom with a big cast iron bathtub that is freestanding and just has this very flamboyant elegance to it. For the floor, we have the same checkered black and white tiles that we also have in the hallway. And they're one of my favorite tiles because they just have this very iconic, unique design and flair to them. And I love how the bathroom isn't too colorful, so you really just have 3 base colors, the pistachio green walls, as well as blacks and whites. But the space really feels very coherent and balanced because you just have all of these different patterns, such as the tiles or the shower curtains that just have this completely different, vibrant pattern. If you like this video, you will love this one over here, so go watch it right now.